Did you know that your taxes are set to go up? Back in 2017, Congress passed something called the Secure Act. And in that act was a provision that locked in tax rates through the end of 2025, which is just a little over 3 years away. Now, no one knows for sure, but many experts believe that at that time tax brackets are going to go up. See, our government needs money for just about everything. And one of those things is our massive entitlement programs, which are focused on an ever-growing aging population. Another area that our government needs money is to pay just the interest on our exploding national debt. So just in case you don't agree with that assessment, you may look at a provision that is in the new Inflation Reduction Act. This bill has a provision in it that will give the IRS an additional $80 billion in new funding, part of which is to be used to hire an additional 87,000 new agents, many of whom are going to be focused on taxpayer audits. By the way, this $80 billion is nearly 6 times the current annual budget of $14 billion that the IRS currently has. So the idea behind this funding is that the government could bring more money, or could bring in more money, by examining corporate and high income returns than it does by pursuing lower or middle income taxpayers. Because up until now, these taxpayers are the ones who most often make mistakes on the returns and underpay them by small amounts. And the IRS in recent years has grown more dependent upon these audits because they are relatively inexpensive. They are automated and they preserve the agency's limited personnel resources, but they also fall on taxpayers who can't afford to fight back by spending hours on the phone with the tax agency or hiring attorneys, tax attorneys, to help them out. The result is that the IRS's enforcement capabilities are often trained on the most economically vulnerable taxpayers. In fact, by the IRS's own records, in 2021, more than half, or 51%, of the agency's audits were directed at taxpayers with incomes less than $75,000. And more than 4 in 10, or 40% of those audits, were targeted at recipients of the Earned Income Tax Credit, which is one of our country's main anti-poverty measures. In other words, these are people with the lowest of low incomes, and they qualify to have some of the national tax revenue actually redistributed to them. So what we pay in taxes is then given to these Earned Income Credit qualifyees such that they are able to actually increase their income, because it's tax revenue from us that is shared with them that they don't have to pay taxes on. Now, in addition, the IRS, about 26% of their audits in 2021 were on individuals with incomes between $75,000 and $200,000. So that means by the IRS's own records, their revenue generation efforts have been focused on the American middle class. Now, with all this additional funding, the IRS may be able to focus on more on the wealthy, but in the process of getting to the rich, they will be training many of these new agents on the middle class. The bill directs that 57% of the $80 billion, or $46 billion, goes to enforcement. So it's clear that the IRS will be focusing on conducting more audits, and the middle class will likely make up the bulk of those audits. So what does this mean for you? How can you audit-proof yourself and yet still take advantage of legitimate tax reduction strategies? It is now more important than ever to develop both short and long-term financial planning strategies that will protect your wealth from higher taxes in the future. We can help. Please click on the link below to schedule a free, no-obligation consultation with one of our highly trained associates. And while you are at it, take a minute and click on the other link to register for our financial education video series. And we really look forward to helping you keep more of your hard-earned money. Thank you.
This is Scott Christensen again, and we hope that you found this information to be valuable. Please take a second to click on the subscribe button, as it helps us to get our educational content out to more people. And if you want to get notified when new videos are posted, then also click the little bell. For more educational content, such as our books and our free members website, strategicwealthbuilder.com, click on the links in the description area below. And thanks for watching.